Welcome to Rich Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. I am Anshul Bajaj and I am the host for this show. Every week I take you on this journey to be rich and apply the habits of wealthy and make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. Are you in business? Are you in job? Are you in a relationship? Or were you in a relationship in the past? If the answer to these questions is yes, then this episode can really and significantly change the way you work in your business or your job or the way you are in a relationship. Thank you for listening to this episode. In today's episode, I want to share a quote from Bible and I want to really elaborate it and see how we can use this quote and change the way we live in our life. And the thing that I want to share with you today is that Bible says that without vision, people will perish. Without vision, people will perish. Without vision, people will perish. And this quote, this particular thing from Bible has just stuck me. It's always there on my mind, and it is this reason that I'm sharing this thing with you. So what is a vision? Let me ask you, what is a vision? So vision is the ability. Vision is to see the future. It is actually to see and plan for future. It is actually looking at something higher than where things actually are right now. And as a matter of fact, vision is the ability to imagine and create the future. Vision is the ability. It's being able to imagine and create the future. Now, what does the word perish means? Perish, if I have to just say, perish just means that coming to an end. It means to, or in a dictionary, it would mean to decay and to rot. So, Bible says without vision, people will perish. The literal translation of this can be that if you don't have something higher to look forward in future, if you don't plan for a future, if you don't envision your future, things in your life will perish. But for me, perish in today's context means being normal, being just ordinary, just living a life and not advancing, not growing, not being extraordinary. And if you are happy with the normal life, if you don't want to create something extraordinary in your life, then this particular episode is not for you. But if you want to live an exceptional life, if you want to live a life on your terms, if you want to create extraordinary results in your life, then I want you to listen further and listen closely. So, when you have to construct a building, what is the first thing that is done? The blueprint or the map of the building is made. Yes? So the blueprint clearly means that what to the exact inch that this is the place where a brick will be placed. This is where a column will be erected. The house you are living in or the building you are working, it was just somebody's vision that was being put on paper, and the construction was so precise that it exactly turned out to be how it was there in the blueprint. And isn't that like really magical how each and everything is done according to the map or the blueprint? True or true? The problem in life is most people are trying to construct the building of their job or the building of their business without the blueprint. And just for a second, imagine that if you began construction of a building without the maps, without the blueprint, what's going to happen? One thing I know that's going to happen is that the building becomes just an ordinary one. The construction keeps on going every day. The people are working, material is being put, but new floors are not added and it just remains where it is. Yes? So most people are in a job just to earn some money. Most people are in business just to make some money. And because the vision is too small, most people are not able to create a significant impact in the world, in their own lives. And then there are people who are dreamers, who have things they want to achieve, but they allow some fears, some doubts to overshadow them. And it is the vision of people that changes communities. It is the vision of leaders which transforms a country. It is the vision of an entrepreneur. It was a vision of an entrepreneur that has significantly changed the way we live our life today. Imagine someone was on a landline payphone with the wire, and he had a vision that can I take this phone everywhere with me? And all of us today have cell phones. Yes? Imagine if people like Steve Jobs, if people like Bill Gates, if people like Mahatma Gandhi, they don't have a vision. They didn't have a vision in the past. Do you think the way we are living our life would have been the same? The answer is no. And so I want to challenge you to think big and make a list of things you really want to do in life, and most importantly, why you want to do them. I want to challenge you to do this. See, reasons come first and answers come second. Reasons come first and answers come second. Just for a second, imagine that if you live your everyday life, if you operate in your daily on every day thinking why you are going to this business, why you are going to this job, why you are in that relationship, it will completely change the way you live that day. It will completely transform that. So reasons come first and the answer comes second. If you are in a relationship, or what happens in a relationship or marriage usually, it's that, when a relationship starts, it's full of love, it's full of excitement, it's full of passion. But what happens, when you are 6 months in the relationship, or 1 year in the relationship, or 3 years, or 10 years in the relationship? In most cases, that excitement, that passion, that love dies out, and that relationship becomes just an ordinary one, and people are in the marriage because it's just the way of living together then. True or true? So, the truth is that if you are not able to see the kind of life you want to spend with your partner, if you are not able to see the life you are able to create with the partner, create your new future, then you are just going to have a boring relationship. Yes? So, I was in a session, a coaching session with my mentor, Mr. Rahul Jain, and he said that at every point in our life, we are in 2 businesses or we are in 2 jobs. At every point in our life, he said that we are in 2 businesses or 2 jobs. What is that? So our first business or the first job is the job or the business that we are currently in. So we are going to office every day, we are working every day, we are earning money, we are living a life every day. So that is our existing, that is our current business. Our second business is the business that we will be in 2030. The business that we will be in 2030. So he said that every moment we are in 2 businesses. One is the current business, the business you are doing today, and the second is the business you will be in 2030. So Mr. Jain said that, Anshul, if you don't do anything, then also you will have a business in 2030. Then also you would be earning some money from this business in 2030. You will have your revenues, you will have your profits. But he said, what if you can create that 2030 business right now in 2020? If you can start working on that business, would it be a different? The power to create the business, the job which will be there in 2030, if I just start working on it right now, do you think it will create a significant difference? And the answer is yes. So he even gave us an action plan to what to do to construct the businesses 2030. So number one thing he said to us was that just get clarity on what kind of business you want to be in 2030. How will your office be like? How many products will you have? What will be your turnover? How many people would be working? How will your clients call you? How will your customers address you? What will be your brand value? Will you be a listed company? So get clarity exactly on the kind of business you want to be in 2030. And the second thing he asked us to do was appoint in your office a team 2030 today. Appoint a team called 2030 team today and tell this team that your only job is to create the business make changes in this business that will be there when it's 2030. It's the year 2030. So, a lot of people in life operate with the thought process of going with the flow. They're just like, I talk to them and they're like, I like how things are and I'm just going with the flow. And honestly, I feel that those people are just too afraid to take control of your life. They're just too scared that, if I make a certain radical change, if I take power, if I take control, if I take responsibility, then they won't have anyone to blame to. For just a simple reason as that. But going with the flow never works because it gets too late till you realize and you're just about to fall from the cliff. And that's when you realize I should have done things differently. So, I really believe that we as humans have the ability to create our own life. We are a creator of our life. We are not a manager of our circumstances. We create the life by choosing to focus on what we want in our life. So, how does all this relates to financial freedom or being rich in life? And the answer is, I want you to create a vision. I want you to create a future where you can see yourself as financially free. Get absolutely crystal clear on your numbers. What is your financial security number? What is your financial independence number? What is your absolute financial freedom number? Get clarity on that. If you keep that vision in mind and if you operate, there will be certain decisions you will never take. There will be certain transactions you will not involve yourself in because you know that I want to achieve financial freedom and why I want to achieve financial freedom, and you know your numbers. So certain things where we become greedy will not happen with you. So being rich at this moment is being able to create that vision of being rich. How will you be living your life when you have that much money? It is about creating that vision, and once you create compelling reasons for yourself, things will start flowing in your life. It will just start happening with you. Yes? So in the end, I have 2 action points for you. How many action points? 2 action points. Number 1 action point is, if you are in a relationship currently, then go to your partner and talk to your partner and ask him or her that, honey, what do you think is the vision of our relation? What do you think should we do or keep doing, or what are certain things that will always keep that passion, that will always keep that energy in our relationship? What are the things that we would always want to look forward to and keep going back to this thing? So maybe you create a vision for 1 year, 2 years, and then again do that. So that is your first homework. That is your first action point. The second point is, I want you to really think on the paper what kind of business, what kind of job you want to be in 2030. What kind of business or what kind of job do you want to be in 2030? And make a long list of paragraph that, I want to do this, I want to be this. And I want you to then go about and write down why. Why you want to be that business. Why you want to be that in that kind of job. Why you may want to make that impact. Why you want to contribute. If you do these 2 things, the quality of your life will significantly change. Yes? So in the end, I would just like to say thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please share your feedback. What do you think about vision? Please share your feedback on this episode. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rich Beyond Your Wildest Dreams podcast. You can subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcast from. I hope you learned something. Let me know your biggest takeaways, and I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.